Russia and Ukraine exchange 600 fallen soldiers' remains. Moscow and Kiev recently completed the exchange of a total of 600 fallen soldiers' remains, of whom 563 were Ukrainian troops. On November 8th, Ukraine's Coordination Agency for Prisoners of War, KSHVPV, announced that it had received 320 bodies of soldiers from Russian-controlled areas in Donetsk province, 89 from the Zaporizhzhia front, and the remaining bodies from morgues on Russian soil. This marks one of the largest repatriation efforts for Ukrainian soldiers since the conflict began. In return, Ukraine handed over 37 bodies of Russian soldiers who had died in combat. Shamsail Saraliev, a member of the Russian Parliamentary Task Force on the Ukraine operation, confirmed this exchange. Several Ukrainian government agencies, military forces, and the International Committee of the Red Cross were involved in assisting this repatriation of remains. The bodies will be sent to designated state facilities for law enforcement officers and forensic specialists to identify them. The last similar exchange between the two sides occurred on October 18th, when Ukraine returned 89 Russian soldiers' remains in exchange for 500 and one of its own fallen soldiers. At the same time, Russia and Ukraine also conducted a prisoner exchange under the 95 for 95 formula, mediated by the United Arab Emirates, UAE. According to the UAE's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the total number of prisoners exchanged through the country's mediation has exceeded 2,000 people since the beginning of the year. The exchange of prisoners and deceased soldiers remains one of the few areas of cooperation maintained between Russia and Ukraine since the war erupted in late February 2022. The Geneva Conventions stipulate that bodies and prisoners are to be exchanged only after hostilities cease. However, in the Ukraine conflict, Moscow and Kiev began this process within the first 6 months. Ukrainian officials noted that identifying the remains can take from 10 days to a year or even longer due to the severe conditions of many bodies, which are often charred, decayed, or deformed by explosions, complicating the forensic examination. As both Russia and Ukraine continue to face profound losses in the ongoing conflict, this exchange of remains serves as a solemn reminder of the high price each nation bears. Many of these returned bodies are in heartbreaking conditions, severely damaged, which only prolongs and complicates the identification process. These losses are immeasurable, and as these soldiers are returned to their families, we extend our deepest condolences to the loved ones of those who sacrificed their lives in service to their country. We hope they may soon find comfort and peace amidst the deep sorrow of their loss.